Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel today. Today we're going to be talking about seed purchasing. Let's go. So if you've been following along, this is our third video in this series for planning out your 2024 garden. We are currently into seed purchasing. So we've done the brainstorming, the planning, we've got it all planned out of what we want to plant, where we want to plant it. Now we need to dig through all of these. And if you're like me, you want all the things in these catalogs. But be persistent, be patient, and find the right things that you really want to grow. With that being said, that's why I am a big proponent or advocate of planning out your actual garden plot or the areas that you have. That way you're not going to buy 5,000 different things and only have room for maybe 5 or 6. Okay, so when we're going through these catalogs, that's why I always tell you guys, try to have everything planned out. Have an idea of where things can go and what you want to do in those spaces. That will help dictate what you can buy and how you buy it. The common problem with a lot of new gardeners, and I'm still, as guilty as ever as everyone else, is you want to buy everything and then you end up buying too much of something or too much variety of some certain plant like tomatoes or peppers, and you don't have the space to grow it. So what you end up doing is you're taking your hard-earned dollars and flushing it down the drain. So I'm going to take you through what I do in terms of our seed purchasing that we do year in and year out, and kind of give you a snapshot of the company that I use here out of the state of Wisconsin. And hopefully that can give you guys an idea of how to do things in your area. So every year I try to get the mainstay catalogs. You have your Burpee catalog that's nationwide. They'll ship pretty much everywhere. And then I try to get 2 or 3 that are maybe within my region or area, and then a couple more that might be a national brand. So with this year, I did M.I. Gardner. So if you follow him, he's a great follow on YouTube. He's out of the state of Michigan. He has his own seed company. He does a lot of great things and pushes out a lot of great content. His is all digital and online with their seed catalog, but they specialize in heirloom, and we'll kind of get to heirloom and hybrid as we go through this video. Another one I reached out to and got was with Botanical Interest, and that's with Kevin and that whole Epic Gardening team, based out of San Diego. And then the local one that is tried and true for me that I've done over the last 2, 3, maybe even 4 years is Young or Jung. I always mispronounce it, and they are out of central Wisconsin. So that is where I go to. That's where I gravitate towards. I've never had any issues with any of their seeds. They put out phenomenal seeds and just have phenomenal products, and they put out a phenomenal catalog. They actually do, I believe, 3 or 4 catalogs a year, and they break it up into growing seasons. So spring, summer, fall. So I think it is 3, and they have just different varieties that are unique and that will do well in our zone 5 here in Wisconsin. So the reason I do multiple seed catalogs, one, I just want to pass the time here in the winter when it's so, gloomy and snowy and there's not a whole lot going on that you can do outside other than your outdoor activities of, tubing, skiing, snowboarding, and all that fun stuff. But you ain't growing a whole lot here at this time. So one, I want to see the different prices, and I want to see 2, the different varieties that are offered throughout these catalogs. Going back to the first point, I want to get the best deal that I can on the seeds that I want to grow or the varieties that I want to grow. So sometimes a national brand might have a discount or something that's a little bit more enticing. And other companies might have something that's cheaper because they're local and they know that people will buy in bulk. So they'll kind of give you some discounts on that. So first and foremost, I'm looking for price And then I'm also looking for reviews. Does it have a longevity? Has it been grown for multiple years? Has it been grown for multiple decades? Does it have success? If it has success, I'm going to lean more towards getting that product or that seed that I want to use. If it's something new and it's advertised as something new, I'm usually going to wait and kind of see what some of the reviews are on it before I jump off the deep end and kind of take that plunge and start growing it in my garden. Because I want success. I don't want to waste a lot of my time because our growing season is very short up here. We don't have the full range of what a lot of these other southern states and growing seasons have. So I want something that I know is going to work and is going to work well in the garden plot that we have. And so when I first get a catalog, what I'll do is I'll page through this multiple times on different occasions just to get a different perspective on each one. So this is the Young or Jung seed catalog for spring 2024. Like I said, this is a seed company that I've been using for the last 3 or 4 years. Again, phenomenal results. This is not a sponsored video by them. Hopefully in the future it will be. And so on my first go around, what I'll do is I'll just look at all the different varieties between heirloom and hybrid and kind of just get a general idea of what's offered with everything in these catalogs. Then what I do usually on the second or third pass through is I will start writing down things that catch my eye, okay? So you can kind of see a lot of the stuff in here. And then that's when I start planning everything out for our actual garden plot. Do I have the space for this? Can I grow this? What space can I dedicate to this area? Can I get away with a little bit more spacing with this area, maybe peas or beans, and take away a little bit more from, say, something else or a different vegetable? And so that's where that spreadsheet and planning really comes into play, so you know exactly what you can and can't do with your area. So once I have everything written down, that's when I start doing the price comparisons. I'll start looking at, okay, does this seed company have the same maybe variety or type as Burpee or something else or a different company? That's when I start doing the price comparison and making sure that I'm getting the best deal of everything that I want to buy. Now, after you go through all that stuff, you might have some questions. Do I do GMO versus non-GMO? Well, if you're a home gardener, pretty much 99% of your seeds are going to be non-GMO. Unless you are a commercial gardener where you are pushing out tons of commercial products, then you might lean more towards GMO because you're trying to protect your bottom line and grow for as much as you can and get as much as you can to sell at market. Me and pretty much, like I said, 99% of all other home gardeners, they're already going to be non-GMO. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. The other one where it gets a little bit tricky is hybrid or heirloom. Hybrid have been manufactured to produce the best ability, and it might be through genetic lines. Okay, so what they do with a hybrid is they take certain characteristics of, say, a pepper plant, and they want something that's cold hardy for a zone 5 like me up here, and they want to crossbreed it with something that is disease resistant from maybe zone 7 or 8. Okay, so it'll be grown through the lab, and that's where your hybrids come from. Your heirlooms are ones that have been the tried and true. They are the OGs of your seeds. Okay, these have been passed down from generation from generation from generation. The other big difference between hybrid and heirloom is if you want to take and reuse the seeds that you've had from years prior, you want to gravitate more towards heirloom. Because with a hybrid, if you take those seeds from the end of your vegetable or growing season and you keep them and you want to start growing them again from seed the next year, you're not going to get the exact same plant or outcome that you've had from previous years. You may get characteristics that might be from, maybe that zone 6 or zone 7. It might be, big bushy plants and not a lot of fruit. Or the next year it might be a ton of fruit, but not a lot of growth. okay, in terms of like flowers or anything like that. So just some kind of things you should be thinking about as you go through your seed purchasing. Do you want something that is going to produce what it's supposed to just on 1 year and you're not going to keep those seeds? Gravitate more towards a hybrid. If you want something that you can keep seeds year in and year out, gravitate more towards an heirloom product. Now you've got everything figured out. You want certain varieties and certain plant types, and you've got it all planned out, you've got it all written out. Now you put everything in that digital cart, or you can fill out the old school order form and kind of send it in from there. What I recommend, don't hit submit, don't hit order right away. Give yourself at least a day or two. Let it sit out in that digital shopping cart. Double check it, triple check it. Go through that seed catalog one more time. Make sure that you are getting everything that you want. Because the last thing you want to do is some companies will offer, hey, free shipping on $50, $75, $100 orders. You don't want to 2-3 days later, all of a sudden remember, oh shoot, I was supposed to get 2 different kinds of Snapdragons and I didn't even get them at all. And then maybe a few days later after that, you go, oh, I forgot to get this pumpkin variety that I want to grow. And now you're ending up with 2 or 3 separate orders, and now that's where that shipping cost starts to add up. So save yourself the headache, save yourself the hassle, get everything in that shopping cart, shop around a little bit more if you want to, see if you can get some different deals, but just wait a couple days, then submit that order. You'll thank me later. And so will your wallet. So that is seed purchasing in a nutshell. I hope you guys got a glimpse of what I do and what I do personally here with our garden and kind of preparing for that next year's garden and growing season. I'd like to know kind of what you guys do. So drop a comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe to this video. Let me know what you guys do. If there's a different process that works well for you, might be a little bit different than mine, might be the same as mine. So thanks for joining me today. We'll see you guys next time.